Donald Trump's excuses over the Epstein files have gotten so ridiculous that even some of his most loyal far-right supporters are turning against him. Nick Fuentes, a far-right commentator who built his entire career around backing Trump and the MAGA movement, is now absolutely slamming Trump and Speaker Mike Johnson after his newest spin. And the reason why says a lot about how desperate Trump's gaslighting has become. So stick around to see what Nick Fuentes had to say, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Now, the excuses around the Epstein files have shifted pretty drastically over time. At first, Trump ran on releasing the files, then he turned it into a supposed Democrat hoax, and now the latest twist is that Trump was secretly an FBI informant. And that so-called slip came straight from Mike Johnson, who was very clearly floating it on purpose. Just take a look at this.
He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago.
And that's where Nick Fuentes comes in. Remember, this is a guy who used to praise Trump as a world historical figure. He called himself a soldier in Trump's movement, but even he thinks this latest FBI informant excuse is insulting and absurd. He even said that nobody is going to believe it, and he tore into Trump for letting things get this far. Just take a look at him ripping into Trump.
Did you see the latest excuse that we're getting from Mike Johnson on the Epstein files? As you know, we covered it last night. There's a major press conference this week outside the Capitol building. All the Epstein accusers are there, and they're trying to pressure Republicans to vote on this discharge petition to force the DOJ to give up the Epstein files. And it's a big spectacle, and Marjorie Greene is there, and Trump is calling it a Democrat hoax and all of it. And we've heard every line from the White House about the Epstein scandal. They've said, it's not real. There are no files. It's a Democrat hoax. They fabricated it. There was no client list. We've heard all these different things. Then today, like, what are they doing, guys? What are they doing? The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who was involved in the cover-up, he's preventing this vote from going to the floor. Mike Johnson speaks to the press and says that the reason that Trump is named repeatedly inside the Epstein files, get this, it's because the entire time Trump was an FBI informant. The reason that Trump had Jeffrey Epstein at Mar-a-Lago and hung out with him and sent him a birthday card, and the reason that Trump is named over and over and over again inside the Epstein files is because, well, he was working against Epstein. He was working with the cops. He was a double agent. He was undercover. He was working with the feds to sting Epstein. Okay? That's from the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, Mike Johnson. I'm not making that up. That's not from a low-level spokesperson. That's the Speaker of the House of Representatives. And it's not like he misspoke. He just said that to the press. He said, well, Donald Trump was cooperating with law enforcement. He was an informant. Are we expected to believe this now? This is the new line? So first they said, Trump is not in the files. He did nothing wrong. Then they said, well, he is in the files, but there's nothing bad. And if he's in them, the Democrats planted something bad in there. Now they're saying he was actually heroic. He was a double agent. So just what is there even to say at this point about any of it? It's hard. It's hard because I'm trying to be fair. I try to be reasonable. I try to think, what would an objective person think? What would an objective, right-wing Trump supporter, how are they looking at this? What are we supposed to make of this? We're just being lied to. They're just insulting us. How can you take this? How can anybody take this? And I was mad about it yesterday. I was pissed. Because like I said yesterday, they for 5 years gassed up and gaslighted the base on Epstein disclosure. They said they would do it. They did the binder photo op. Now they're telling us we're traitors if we still want it. Then, not even 24 hours later, they say, well, Trump was named throughout the files, but it's because he was an undercover cop. Who believes that? Do they expect us to believe that? Like, what is even the goal there? Do they think we're going to buy that? And who is that for? Are even the people on Truth Social buying that? Is like, well, what does Cat Turds take? Did he buy that? I'm just wondering what the audience is for any of this. So Trump was an FBI informant working to deliver Epstein to justice. Oh, okay. And how does that work? Who knows? So I just, it's hard to continue watching this. And I say this as the guy that's totally vindicated. I was talking to some buddies of mine today, and I said, you know, the fatal conceit of the people that continue to support this movement is they say this line, they say, trust the plan. I'm a plan truster. I trusted the plan. Did you trust the plan? And the problem with this notion is that I don't think there is a plan. Well, as a matter of fact, I know there's no plan. There is no plan here with any of it. There's no plan with the tariffs. There's no plan with Russia. There's no plan with immigration. There never has been. I don't know if there was ever a plan from the very beginning, what this plan is or was. I don't know that there is any sort of method. I don't think this administration is thinking even 2 or 3 steps ahead, let alone people are talking about 5-dimensional chess and all these incredibly complex psychological manipulations. I don't think they're thinking even a few weeks ahead. They're on a 2-week timeline always. So they say this, trust the plan. It's like, what was part of the plan here? Asking the FBI to look for all the mentions of your name, getting told you're named in the files, then burying them, then hoping it would go away when it didn't, saying it was a Democrat hoax. When people didn't buy that, blaming your own supporters. Hoping it would go away after that when it didn't. Now say that you're a FBI informant that was helping to actually destroy Jeffrey Epstein. What was the plan there?
Seeing this kind of break is really quite remarkable. Fuentes has gone from one of Trump's biggest cheerleaders to one of his harshest critics in the right-wing space. Now don't get me wrong, Fuentes is still very dangerous and he's still spreading a lot of hate, but the fact that even he thinks that Trump's Epstein defense has now become a joke shows just how fragile Trump's grip on the narrative truly is. But what do you think? Is this the beginning of Trump losing his control over his own movement, or is MAGA going to close ranks and pretend that this never happened? Let me know what you think down in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more.